Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we talk about news, comics, and media related to the Transformers. On this episode, we meet the worst bot ever. We get a mission linked to a past TFcon guest. And will those tariffs affect our comic books? Today is Friday, February 7th, 2025, and this is episode 428 of Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that's ready for a 1, 2, 3, 4. We declare a trade war. I'm your host, Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team of Jeremy.
Hi. None of us are happy about this. We all wish Charles was here, but that was the 25%. We had to cut him out of the show for the week.
He will be missed.
Let's talk Transformers.
Let's. And we start off the show like we do every week by talking about our Donatreons and how we are real thankful for them and how lucky they are to be our Donatreons. I often say to Jeremy, Jeremy, I'm very jealous of our Donatreons. And he's like, why, Daryl? It's like, because they get to be our Donatreons. I can't be a Donatreon of myself. It's, impossible. So they're super lucky, and I'm jealous of that.
You can give me money and be my donor.
It's not the same.
I won't give you anything near what they get.
That's the whole point. They get so much in return, and that's what I'm jealous of. Some of those things are, we like big bots, which is on a it might be dead. It's probably not, but it's not been, we haven't updated it in a while. We have 14 episodes though. That's a lot. That's a lot of episodes. So that's a show that Dr. Pants and I made, where we would grab a character and talk about the physical toys that we have in our collection of said character. And we enjoyed that. That was fun for a time. And it's we'll see. We'll see if it comes back. It's hard because we don't have time, and time is precious. And the next one is Empire of Rust. And it is, who knows what's going on with this one? They say they're on hiatus. I think they've just decided that they're not making episodes anymore, but they want to keep you on the leash. So, it's
when I logged into the recording session tonight, I saw they had the StreamYard session going. So I think they were recording today.
They're just hanging out. Why keep recording if you're not going to edit them, right?
Mike is just going to send the whole team over to come after you.
To Canada? Yeah, right.
They'll probably want to stay.
Yeah, maybe. But it costs them so much more to get over here now. So you can listen to all the episodes of Empire of Rust. There's a lot. There's like 120 odd episodes. There's a lot. So, but it is on hiatus right now. It should be coming back sometime this month. So, take a listen to that. You can check it out at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. You can also check out our comic book. We partnered with Skybound to sponsor a variant cover for Transformers #1. And we partnered with artist EJ Sue, longtime Transformers artist. And we've still got a couple of these left. And we're only selling it for $15. This is the first printing. This thing went to 10 printings, everybody. 10 damn printings. We got first printings here.
We got in on the exclusive covers before it was cool.
That's right. Yeah. And so you can get one of our covers. We're only charging $15. If you find this cover online, it is being listed as $45. And that is no joke. So buy one of our covers, then throw it up on eBay, make $30. Simple math. And we also have a partnership with Toy Hacks, and they give us a new code to give you guys every month. And we have a new one because it's a new month. It's February, and our code is Love Missions. I didn't come up with it, and I'm embarrassed to have to say these words, but it's Love Missions. That's it. 15% at toyhacks.com. It can be used with your Robo Points, but cannot be combined with other discounts or promotions. So know that going in. But yeah, we love Toy Hacks. They're awesome. And yeah, check them out. All right. So getting into the show, we are going to start off like we always do with comic news.
All right. And we are starting off with solicits for April of 2025. There is only one Transformers solicit. I'm not sure if there's no other Energon universe books that month, but we have Transformers number 19th is a new story arc starting. I'm not going to go into spoilers other than the cover image that you're seeing right now. I mean, if you're reading the book, you know kind of what's coming up. But there's
a banger cover though.
Yeah, that's pretty good. This cover is who does I'm not sure. It's right here on here. Frederick Pham Chung. So yeah, that is a really good cover.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I clicked on one of them by random. This is, I think, cover number 5 in the list here.
You said this is you said that's issue 19. Yeah, so it's an incentive cover. That's the 1 in 50.
Yeah, and it looks like there is going to be a blank sketch cover with this.
Yep, I see that. There's a the A cover is by Daniel Warren Johnson. The B cover is going to be a Jorge Corona cover. Blank sketch cover is as well. There's a David Nakayama 1 in 10 variant. There's a 1 in 25 Steve Beach variant. And then there will be a 1 in 100 variant by Ludo Lullaby. I can't pronounce his last name.
I imagine with all these, there's something big happens in the book. Because
I assume so.
You don't have 1 in 100, and all this in a sketch cover and stuff. You're wanting people to buy this particular issue.
Mm-hmm. They last did a sketch cover on issue 13. Just for
maybe it's just the start of story arcs. They do a sketch cover.
Maybe.
But there's also a Void Rivals Deluxe Edition book 1. I don't have much on here about that, but I believe it probably has the the first story arc. Let me see if I have more here. Collects issues 1 through 12 and material from the Energon Universe Free Comic Book Day special. So. And that comes out, it says April 2025. So, yeah, if you're interested in getting the collective versions, there you go.
I want to point out here, I'm just reading some of the comments in on the comics page that I'm looking at here. Issue 19 is the start of a new arc, like you were saying, but it is also the start of a new artist on the book.
Oh, yeah, see that.
Ludo, is that the Ludo Lullaby
that
I was talking about? He is the new artist on the Transformers book for issue 19.
Wait, so which cover did he do?
He did the 1 in 100, and I can't.
Is that this one? Yeah,
it is.
See in the bottom. That is a banger cover.
That's a kick-ass cover. So that's the 1 in 100. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a kick-ass cover.
So, I mean, sorry for the audio listeners. I mean, I guess we can say it's Megatron on the cover, but don't want to, go into spoilers too much on this, but damn, that's a good cover. So I imagine that prices of that one are going to go way up.
Mm-hmm. Looks cool.
Also, from Skybound, we have, I think we talked about this last year. We have a official release date of the Transformers Worst Bot Ever book. This is a young reader book, So think about like Dogman, Cat Kid Comic Club. If you have a kid in elementary school age, like I do, you know all of those. This is a book for that audience. And it has character named Ballpoint, new character that he transforms into a pen. And he he is a Decepticon, and he's trying to prove his worth by defeating the Autobots all by himself. It's written by Brian Smitty Smith. Artist is Mars Jr., which I think Mars Jr. has done a lot of stuff. Can't remember exactly
stuff,
what he's
yeah.
done, but
I think Void Rival stuff.
yeah, that's where I've seen the name. So yeah, there's a preview here from AIPTcomics.com that I'm not going to show all of them, but this first page will just give you kind of the style of the book. It's very much like the Dogman, style. The characters are all, the proportions are all weird. If you look at Megatron here, it's crazy. But if you're looking at like an elementary school audience, this is going to be right up their alley. So I'm looking forward to seeing what my kid thinks of this. But release date is July 22nd, 2025. So check that out. Pre-order it. Probably, I mean, I'm sure comic stores will get it, but it'll be Amazon and everywhere else. So you're like in between the target audience for this book, with your daughter's
right.
in high school and your son not in school yet.
Can't read at all. Nope.
So yeah, so maybe you'll pick this up one day. And
I did give him a comic book that I got from Free Comic Book Day last year. My store gives away a bunch of worthless back issues, so I picked him up a copy of Robin 2 #1. It's got a foil little Robin picture on the front. Thought, oh, he might get a kick out of the thing. We read it a couple times, and then he destroyed it. It was glorious. So it is torn to pieces, and now it's in the garbage. So, but yeah, not exactly the most appropriate book for a 3-year-old. But I mean, yeah, Joker has somebody pretend to be his mother and then gas everybody. I'm assuming they're dead, and then escape prison. It was pretty dark for a 3-year-old, but he liked reading it until he wrecked it. So
my comic store on Free Comic Book Day does like kid appropriate books. They have a section of things, you get your like Looney Tunes type books and the Dogmans and stuff. And yeah, we're not going down that type of book for when my kid was, younger.
Gotta give it a shot. You never know. You might be into it.
Yeah. All right. Next up, and we try not to get too political outside of the intros on the show. And Charles is even trying to not have us do that lately, but he's not here. So Daryl got to have
Heck
fun.
Yeah.
But it is affecting the comic industry. So I felt like we needed to talk about this. If you didn't know, pretty much all the comics, at least for North America, are printed in Canada. And there is currently, as we record this, a trade war between the U.S. and Canada, Mexico, and China, and who knows what else by the time this comes out. 25% tariffs on Canadian things, including paper, which you need to make comic books. So this is just a story from Bleeding Cool talking about that.
You thought your comics were expensive now.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're saying basically expect a 25% increase on prices of comics coming up they say by Valentine's Day. So that's going to be fantastic because comics, they're just too cheap anyway.
Crazy, man.
So yeah, I mean, when I I saw this, I was like, oh crap, yeah, all our comics are shipped in or are printed in Canada, and that's
Mhm.
gonna suck. I mean, because the comic industry, I mean, they're known for not always being the best in best financial shape. So this is gonna be devastating. I mean,
Mhm.
you look at I don't think we didn't have it because we don't really cover IDW anymore. But this last week, Diamond is they're going bankrupt. They're in bankruptcy. IDW publishes now through Penguin Random House. They have a whole bunch of debt that Diamond's not going to pay, so they're going to be like, IDW, we're coming to you for this money. IDW is probably not going to survive that. So
Yeah, I
the
was going
whole
to bring this up too.
industry,
Is I fully expect IDW to fold in the next few months.
yeah, I mean, it's just the whole industry is already always on shaky financial ground outside of the big, I guess three. But this is just gonna suck for everybody. I would expect solicited comics to be delayed. Comics that haven't been printed, haven't come out yet. Maybe lines being scaled down. I mean, thankfully, Energon Universe is 3 books at this point. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I would expect delays and comics that the industry to hopefully be like, we're gonna wait until things settle down. We know more about what to expect in terms of pricing and everything. But this is just gonna suck.
Yeah, like the US has printing presses. So the the reason comic books are printed in Canada is simply because it's cheaper. Um, the I think at one point they were talking about having them printed overseas and having them shipped over, but it just took too long.
Mm-hmm.
So um, they keep them on the same continent, right? That they're being distributed. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of plays out. I fully expect to see one right now in Canadian prices, because they generally don't print a US and Canadian price on these books anymore. It's always just a US price. So, is there one on the Void Rivals book that's sitting here? Um, yeah. So okay. So it says $3.99 here US. So that comes out to being, I think, 470 or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's it's a it's a pretty big jump right now. Probably about 450. I can't remember whatever it is in Canadian. So then that's going to take a 25% jump, right? Now, that's for Americans, right? Because Canada prints them, right? So will that be the same for Canadians? Maybe,
Or
but
maybe we'll go back to having a U.S. and Canadian price. Like we see that on other books all the time. You look at it, there'll be a price for Canada, a price for the U.S.
on proper, like, yeah,
Yeah,
prose books, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, we still see Canada and US pricing. Yeah, the the question that was asked, um is Alex asked in the chat, is will digital prices increase to match? um that's a good question. I mean,
they
i've
always
never gotten
have.
into I haven't gotten into digital comics ever, just because I like the tactile sensation. I know, Jeremy, you have,
Yeah,
but like you said, they always have matched.
I think whatever deals they have with all the digital stores are the day and date books are always going to match, and then within a few weeks they might discount. But
Hmm.
I would imagine it would be the same price unless like Canada prices would be different, and then the Canadian digital stores would probably reflect those prices. That's my guess.
Hmm. I mean, the reason why they've never been different to begin with is because the digital stores would the digital industry would destroy the brick and mortar industry, right? And at this point in time, the comic book industry as a whole does not want to lose the brick and mortar industry,
Right.
right? So they can't afford to lose the brick and mortar stores. So by keeping them priced the same, they're ensuring that people will still buy the physical form. Um, but um, but yeah, I fully expect them to keep the prices the same if they go up. Um, this is still like literally, we're recording this on February 2nd. The tariffs went into place. The U.S. tariffs went into place yesterday, the 1st. Canada's retaliatory tariffs are going in the 14th, I think, Valentine's Day. That's when they've talked about
Yeah.
them. Um, so, and a lot of them are supposed to be targeted to lumber, paper, and fuel, right?
Right.
So you're talking about the oil and gas industry,
So you
which,
got the stuff that makes the paper itself, and the stuff that transports the books.
yeah, yeah. So we're going to see a big industry, a big jump in price on these. Um,
I mean,
so,
you,
but it's going
it's
to take
still,
a few weeks before we actually see the ramifications of this, like Jeremy was saying.
yeah, but I mean, still holding out hope that sanity can prevail. But with the last few weeks, I'm I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's really hard.
Mhm. What will be interesting for everyone in the U.S. and listening area, Canada included, but we're going to have to see where where these tariffs actually start to move, you know, move the needle on our day to day lives, right? Does the price of comic books really go up that high? What about the price of gas? You know, I don't know what the price is per gallon where you are. I know where it's sitting at right now because I put some in today. And, in 2 weeks, where is it going to sit? Right.
Yeah.
Like, so, kind of take note of where everything is kind of right now. And then in 2 weeks, kind of check and
Yeah.
see, because that's where you're going to kind of notice it. And it's not going to jump like by $5 in a day. It's going to jump by like, 50 cents, 25 cents, and then you'll, before you know it, it's going to be up by like $3.50 or something like that. And you'll be like, holy shit, this was expensive. So
That's the other ramification of something like comics, though, because with other more important things getting more expensive, your uh, outlets for purchasing entertainment and stuff, if it's not on the priority list, you're just not gonna buy.
exactly. Yeah. And like we were talking about before we started recording tonight, I've actually already started within the past few weeks, not anticipating this, but just because I'm not reading as much anymore, I've actually started to cut my subscriptions down, just to keep it manageable, because it was getting out of hand, and I couldn't handle a $50 bill every week.
Right.
It was just getting out of hand. So yeah. Anyway, that's our political corner. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Um, but we're going to move on to something else. Let's do some media news. All right, and in media news this week, we've got a very new thing came out. This is Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen line of stickers and themes. Remember Revenge of the Fallen? Well, it's back in sticker form. Um, and yeah, I guess
I think these are digital
yeah.
because it's line the app line.
It's yeah, so it's I mean, the Line is a chat app similar to WhatsApp. It's quite popular in Japan, I guess, and
China.
you can now use Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, Starscream, and Ravage stickers on the within the Revenge of the Fallen mobile theme. Um, it's region locked, so unless you're in Japan, you're not using it. So there you go. Next up, we have a gallery to look at here of images that came to us from a bunch of animation cells, and these cells are from Paul Davids, and Paul Davids attended TFcon Toronto in 2022, and he was selling, and both Jeremy and I were there. We both picked up some of these animation cells because he was selling um, from his roll. He literally pulled them out the roll and would cut off a piece. He would he would sell um, snippets of the G1 cartoon off of a roll of film, and you would get a little piece of it. I've still got mine sitting here. I got a couple. I got three of them. So this one here, I don't doubt you can see it, but there's Optimus Prime on there, and
I have a good scan
so
of mine.
there you go. Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah. So mine basically starts where that one ends with the Optimus Prime, and I just got a bunch of cells of Optimus Prime with his arms crossed. So anyway, this mission has been started by somebody on this TFcon discussion Facebook group who is, I guess, trying to gather a bunch of these animation cells together, because it turns out that some of these episodes that Paul Davids was cutting up.
I think it was all from Cosmic Rust.
Okay, so just Cosmic Rust. All right. So some of these scenes were actually cut from the show. So he's trying to put this back together so that he can kind of get some lost parts of the show. And this is kind of interesting. So if you're going through and if you attended the TFcon Toronto 2022 and you bought some animation cells from Paul Davids, then basically you need to go to this TFcon discussion group on Facebook, join it. You have to join to become a member, and submit a picture of what you have as your animation cell.
Yeah, this Michael Ressor is the one that's putting this together, and he's also been talking with Simon from the Sumbo Marvel Archive, and he actually commented down here too, Simon Lech. So they're just saying, like, there's shots that are not marked and the script is deleted but weren't aired, and some of those are showing up on this story or on the film. And like mine, I think we're in the film or we're in the aired episode, but the guy that started this, Michael, his were not. And they showed here this, like the scene here with Megatron and Starscream. I think he said his was like an extended scene or a continuation of a scene that was in the thing. So here you see from the Marvel Archive here, you can kind of see Megatron on the left here, and then the next one has Starscream and Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we see the animated, they have them both here. So it's really cool, and it's just wanting to see anyone that does have these. If you can scan them, you can't use a regular scanner. What I did is I have a cheap little light I got for like helping with photography and for webcam, like to have behind my camera and stuff. And I just set it on that and then used the camera to take a picture. So it got a backlit on the film, and it, like, I showed mine that, turned out really well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right on. Yeah, I've got, I have 3 different animation cells, so I've got to see if I can get some pictures of them and get them uploaded here for the group. It looks cool, and looking to help them out in any way I can. But I'd love to see if they can figure out if there is a nice lost scene in here somewhere. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and who knows, with the archive also has audio and stuff. Maybe they even have audio of it. I don't know. I'm speculating, but that would be cool. Really cool if they can like match up animation with the storyboards and audio and kind of piece it all together.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right on. All right. And well, that's all for media news. We're going to move on to convention news.
All right. And then convention news, if I can get the right thing open. We have TF Nation announcements. Sophia Miles is going to be there. She was Darcy in Age of Extinction, and she's also been in many other things, including Thunderbirds, Tristan and Isolade, Underworld, Outlander, Doctor Who, never heard of that, and Moonlight. Now, I think besides the Age of Extinction, I imagine that there are probably a ton of Doctor Who fans that are going to be at TF Nation that will be happy to see the Doctor Who actor there. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, it's cool. I don't know how many times I've seen a live action movie actor do a lot. I mean, a lot of these conventions, like you see them at TFcon LA because they're there. Mm-hmm. But usually, like for TFcon Toronto or Chicago, we might get like a visual effects artist or something like that.
Yeah.
But never the actual actors that were on screen. So this is really cool.
I think it helps that she's British.
Yeah,
so
probably,
you know, lives
she is probably there.
UK.
Yeah, but that's cool. Mm-hmm. But someone that is probably more familiar to a lot of us is Scott McNeil. He was the voice actor for Dinobot, Rat Trap, Silverbolt, and Waspinator in Beast Wars. And he was also Jetfire, Omega Supreme, Strong Arm, Backstop, and Snarl in the Unicron trilogy. And he has been in many, many other things. And he is hilarious. If you've ever seen him at a convention, he is hilarious. So he is also going to be there. So very cool. And I imagine people are going to be extremely excited to see him. Because I don't remember the last time I've seen him at a convention. It's been a while.
Oh, he was at TFcon Toronto a number of years ago, and
yeah,
that's the last time I saw him.
So anyway, cool that he's going to be there as well. So TF Nation is getting some pretty good names.
Yeah, right on. That's pretty awesome. And we don't have any feedback. Yeah, I guess our boy John 4x11 Good is slacking on the feedback. John, I don't know what's going on, but it's been a couple weeks there, buddy. Got to get some feedback from you here. But seeing as we have no feedback, I think we'll just end the show here. That's about it. Jeremy, I want to thank you for coming out and hanging out with me here tonight. No Charles means we get to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to hang out here with you.
Yeah, it's a blast as always.
Yeah. We can talk Marvel and how awesome Marvel is right now.
Captain America in a couple weeks.
That's right.
Just in a week.
As the show comes out, yes, I got to. I meant to talk to a buddy that we go to see all these movies with that it's coming out, and I didn't. We gotta get those tickets. So yeah, all right, Captain America and I finished Creature Commandos. Did you watch that? That was
that was great.
That was good.
DC.
So, yeah. Oh no, I thought it was. I mean, it was good. I thought it was Marvel. This was not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we're done. We're gonna finish up. If you want to get a hold of us, we're on Discord. Check out our Discord. It is not a pay to play situation. You can check it out. It's free. I can't remember the link. It's transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. So complicated. And then you can check us out on our socials. I believe we have both given up on Twitter at this point.
Pretty much.
So we have, I think I've still got the account, but not
you don't
really
want to get rid of the account.
Yeah. So I've still got it, but not really doing anything with it. But you can reach me over at Blue Sky or Threads. I've got those things going. I've got my Blue Sky account in the bottom here in the 2/3. Jeremy's I'm sporting Mastodon still. I don't know what that thing's still alive, but it's still there.
Yeah, I'm also mostly on Blue Sky and Threads.
Okay. But yeah, check us out on there. And yeah, it's fun. It's a nice, clean place so far. So wait until all the other trolls get in there. But anyway, that's it for us here. Thanks again to Jeremy.
Yep.
Charles, edit this episode up. We'll talk to you later.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.